Okay, let's talk about spline runtime manipulation now. So far, we only positioned the spline points in the editor. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna change these points dynamically. And a nice example for this would be that maybe uh, we're gonna put like another guy in the scene, like this blue robot, and he's gonna track the orange robot. And tracking means we're gonna draw like a line between like the blue guy and the orange guy. The line being like a spline. Um, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these arrows we placed along a line from the previous step, and we're gonna place those on a new line between the two robots. What I already placed in the scene is kind of like the observer bot, and then a new line, which I called guidance line. So we have two splines now in the scene. The robot path is the path being followed by the orange dude. We're not gonna touch this anymore. Uh, yeah, we're not gonna touch this anymore. But we're gonna look at a new line that we want to change dynamically, which are called guidance. It's like just like this line right here. It has 2 points, and it's anywhere in the scene right now, and it can be anywhere because we don't care about how it looks like an editor. We're going to move these points at runtime. Um, yeah, but when I play right now, you see I place these arrows on the new line, and the line is somewhere in the scene right now. So the first step would be uh, mm, actually we don't need to move. No, we're going to move both endpoints. We're going to move both endpoints dynamically. So first, we're going to move the beginning of the spline to the blue dude. How we're going to do this? In order to move points on the spline, we're going to use a what's called a spline mover component. It's in the spline category, spline mover, move spline points. Um, Again, anything that works on the spline, uh, it has a target, and we're going to set the target to the guidance line, like so. Uh, we can briefly talk about the inputs. The the other important inputs are the index, so like 0 being the first node, 1 being the second node, and so on. Um, when it comes to the spline mover, we talk about knots and handles. Knot are like these thick points on the curve. Um, Like, let me show the spline editor. So we're gonna go to robot path, we're gonna go to edit. We're not gonna show the normals. Um, this guy in the middle, that's a knot. It's on the curve, and these two guys are handlers. One of them is an incoming handle, and the other one is a leaving handle. This is the leaving handle, and this is the incoming handle. Okay, and we're gonna use this to address like the points in the runtime components. So this is the first node, this is the second node. So 0, index 1, index 2, index 3. And for every one of these points, we can also say, do we want to move the node itself or like one of its handlers? Okay, let me work around this one bug again. Um, so mm, we want of the guidance line, we want to move the very first node. So the point is not, other options are the handles, and we're gonna address the first one. Uh, I, I'm gonna use a value inspector to figure out where the blue robot is, and the position is in world space that we get from the value inspector. So the operation of the mover is gonna be set position global. Yeah. So let's add a value inspector to get the blue guy's position. So we're going to get the blue guy's position and we're going to feed it into the spline mover. Convert link type because we also want to execute the spline mover. And that might be it, but you won't see any change when you enter the game. And the reason is probably update order, because when we place the little arrows, I don't see where I'm pointing with my finger, but with the mouse. So every little arrow, it samples its position only once, which is not good enough when we have stuff dynamic. So in the arrow setup that we saw earlier, we're also going to add an executor. So these guys permanently update their position. And now when I hit play, the origin of the line is where it should be. Now we're going to do it with the target. For the target, it's going to be the same setup. So maybe I should name these. So this is going to be my and this is going to be blue. So we're going to get blue's position in this guy, and then we're also going to set the target position, which means, yeah, maybe I can duplicate. Okay, so I'm gonna add a new value inspector. We're gonna get orange's position, and we're gonna feed it into a spline mover like before. We're gonna target the guidance line again. Again, we want to set a global position. So set position global. By the way, like if you set it to move, it's always like a relative offset. So if you wanna I don't know, add a wave generator to like oscillate like a point over time, you would set the operation to move. Now we set it to set position. And we're going to feed in the value inspector output. Convert the link type because we want to execute. We want to target the second point, so index 1. And now we can see that the line follows the robot. Okay, so can I play again? Yeah. So now we updated like the spline dynamically, but really it is just a line. So it would be nice if when we have a spline, we have like some kind of curvature in. And this is what we're gonna do next. So we're gonna take like this line and we curve it a little bit.